Hello everyone and welcome on back to baseball here on youtube.com/SeanOsaurusRex. My name is Sean and today we are wrapping up a series against the Boston Red Sox. We're coming off a huge victory, 15-0. We have outscored this team 23-0 and hopefully the audio is okay because it was borked in the first one for some reason. I don't know what happened. Maybe I entered a weird cheat code on accident. Bryce Miller's on the bump, 1-1 with a 4.98 ERA, taking on Tanner Houck. 1-3 with a 5.27 ERA as we continue. I actually wrap up, I should say, the road trip today, which I'm excited about. Hold on, I gotta jump over here. What are we doing? All right. Bryce Miller. Okay. Luke Raley. He's hot. He should be fine. Everybody should be okay. I think we're going to just leave this lineup. We will need to find... Oh, it's Shenton's our other first base. Actually, here, we could flip them. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Bam. One little flip, one little adjustment. A little peek behind the scenes. I've been a little inconsistent with recording this series, so I'm actually recording this after this game has been completed. So the Seattle Mariners have won their first series in Boston in 10 years, which is a wild thought. They go 6-3 on the road trip, which is huge. We are looking for a sweep here digitally as the Mariners seek that 3-game sweep. Tanner Houck's looked good. Tristan Casas is hitting 373. He's been a problem for us. Trevor Story's looking for some power. Devers is hitting 368 over the last 19 games. Roman Anthony is looking for a little power. Castillo had a big game on the mound versus the Red Sox. Garver, he had 2 home runs. We have 2 games in this series, 2 players with 2 home runs, or 1 player with 2 home runs in each of the games. I said that kind of weirdly, so my bad. Bullpen over the last 10 games for us, 29.2 innings, a .30 ERA, 36 strikeouts. Marlins won their 7th straight game. Castillo with 11 strikeouts. Jonathan India breaks out of a 1-for-19 slump. 3-hit performance versus the Rockies, but Michael Toglia collected 5 ribbies in the win versus the Royals, where Jonathan India broke out of a 1-for-19 slump with a 3-hit performance against the Rockies, a team that they lost to. Marcelo Ozuna records 900th RBI. O'Neill breaks out of his 1-for-19 slump with a 2-hit performance versus the Nationals. Brewers acquire Isaac Paredes from the Astros in exchange for Sal Frelick. This is what I'm the most excited about, is the trade stuff. There's a farm report, lost to the Rockhounds 0-4-0, and Tacoma picks up a victory over the Space Cowboys. Space Cowboys, one of the MLB teams that I actually quite enjoy. Is that Pesky's Pole or whatever it is?
First pitch moments away. And today's starting pitcher,
I listened to most of the game on the radio, or I guess
season,
technically on the app. I love I am now loving a 3-game road trip, like East Coast road trip for the Mariners with the like 10:30 start. It's awesome. Oops, I turned off my headset. Cool. Okay. Sweeper at 85, a sinker at 96, a splitter at 91, and a cutter at 89. And there is the splitter. Okay. We do not typically perform very well after a big offensive outing. I've mentioned that a couple of times. That 8-0 victory is a little bit weird. 15-0 was a little more consistent. We'll see what we can do today. Early on the sweeper. Sweeper, 85. That sinker is going to look like it's coming in real quick.
In the air,
little flare shot? Okay. Hey, I'll take that. I'll take that. I was looking, just out of curiosity. Tickets to sit on top. One of the tickets I was looking at to sit on top of the Green Monster. Like $400. Oh, God.
With some less than fantastic,
I wonder what was the attendance today. Like a 1 p.m. Thursday game.
Nothing was working for him on the mound. Maybe he needs to have his turn in the rotation skipped or something. Get his mind right to get back on track.
Solano, I'm sorry. That's on me.
Yes, he did.
I goofed that. It was going way outside.
Nobody out. Close one doesn't get
I'll
the
take
call. 2-1.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire's
35,000
strike
people
zone.
there? No way. For a Thursday day game?
Swing and a ball lifted
That's
in
bad
the
swing.
air. Shallow
That
left
cut her
field.
way up in the zone. It
Makes
was a
the
2-1
catch
count,
for
which
the
makes that a little bit worse.
Batting third.
That's a wild attendance number.
And now we check out the Mariners lineup. An offense that knows how
feel
to
like-
mash, Chris. Lots of power
Let's see.
throughout
Let's
the
look.
lineup.
So that was a
Leading the
Thursday,
league in homers right
1
now.
p.m. local
And I
time
think when you're
game.
facing a team like this, pitchers
If we
coming
go
in,
to like a
they see the
Mariners
stats,
game,
they end up trying to nibble.
They
trying to work on the
played-
edges, trying to expand the zone. And so I think the key, if these hitters can stay within themselves.
Astros game was a
obviously they have the
Wednesday.
ability to hit the ball a
can
long
give
way
us
and
something.
score
I think
runs
it was
quickly. So
early.
we'll
It
see
might have
how it
actually
goes in this
been
one.
late. But I don't remember.
Ground
Oh,
ball
that's into a
2-2.
double play.
The throw to second. Double play. What a twin.
20,000 for the
No
finale
runs, 1 hit,
against
no errors,
Houston
and no one left.
in Seattle.
And now the Red Sox get their
Same like
turn.
local
No
time.
score.
Okay, all right. We got to lock in here. We got to hit, and then we hit into a double play. Not great. Bryce Miller on the bump today. 4 starts with a 1-1 record. 4.98 ERA and 21.2 innings pitched. A whip of 1.11. 20 strikeouts. That walk rate at 1.1%. Strikeout rate 23%. I'm actually very surprised with the number of strikeouts that we've been able to get or accumulate over the overall the games. We're going to be heading home after this, which is exciting. We get a 5-game homestand. It's kind of a weird scheduling thing where we have a 2-game set against the Angels.
Up the middle. On the run, throw to first.
Just wasn't going to get him. 93 speed.
The leadoff man is on with an infield single.
Boom, that's staying within his game right there. I mean, this speedster gets the infield single, and now he's on base to possibly do some damage.
It's okay.
I love seeing what guys like this can do to disrupt the game once they get in a position to do so.
David Hamilton up next for the Red Sox. And he lays down a bunt. Polanco to first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
It doesn't surprise anyone when he gets on base by dropping down a bunt. I mean, this is just the
That was not even a good bunt. Why in the fuck did Polanco underhand that?
Very nice.
And fouled off.
All right, here we go. Let's lock in here. It's a little frustrating. It should be 1 out.
That one hammered, but pulled foul.
Thank
One of my
God.
favorite stats all time, 1997, the Hall of Famer Craig Biggio played in all 162 games for the Astros on AstroTurf, and he never hit. Got him!
Oh, we never
That
hit
is a
something.
big first
Oh.
out.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Tristan
This
Casas
this
in the box
very
with
lefty
1
lineup
away
is giving
as
me
he
some
takes
trouble
ball
here.
1. That clips the corner.
I'm pitching a little hesitantly. I don't want to make the
All eyes on the
mistake.
double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Fouls it off, still 1
Left
and
a
2.
couple.
That wasn't an
They've
easy
gotten
pitch to
decent
hit.
contact
It's much
on.
easier
Mercifully,
to do
just been
damage against
foul.
mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
That one
No,
down
that's
the
a foul
line,
ball.
and foul ball. Just missed.
I think he wanted that call in the upper part of the zone, but just didn't get it. Now he's just trying to get a better feel for how much it missed so he can adjust his sights just a little bit.
A Rosarena moving under it. Squeezes it. Out. Number
We're
2.
good. These are the innings that kind of drive me a little bit nuts. We can't get the double play ball. That we should actually be out of the inning.
Red Sox lineup put together by manager Alex Cora. And it's clear the most important job they have today is getting
Oh,
to
it's
the starting
5
pitcher early and
lefties in a
often.
row.
No doubt about that. That's the best way to disrupt a game. But can they do it? Certainly something for us to pay attention to in this one, partner.
So stepping in for Boston.
Yoshida's felt like he's had weird at-bats all series long. We've been able to get the sinker by him.
Strike 1. And that one
Jeez.
fouled off.
There we go. Huge. Huge.
Catch up to the heater.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Oh, happy Switch 2 release day, I guess. Did you get a Switch 2? Did you try to get a Switch 2?
Back here at Fenway, second inning set to go. And now the switch
I
hitting
didn't.
catcher, Cal Raleigh.
I did not get one. I
He is
did not
very
even try.
much your typical power hitter. I'd
Okay.
say he falls into the 3 true outcomes category.
Well, we've seen more and more of that lately. The ability to drive the ball to slug is getting heavily favored
Dang
over
it.
any discipline.
Dang it, dang it, dang it.
Concerns.
I don't think he's really thrown that sinker yet. We've seen the sweeper splitter, and I think a cutter got us
0-1.
a fly ball.
That one is blasted.
Go, baby, go.
Left
Go, baby,
field
go.
Towards the monster.
Yes!
Gone.
Yes! Yes, Cal Raleigh. Fuck yes.
And they jump out front. It's 1-0.
I had just enough backspin on it. I did not think it was going to
No
get
doubt
up there.
about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. Really great job of anticipation there. He
We
knows he throws
really
the
need to
sinker.
get
That
into
one
a good
down to
flow
the
with
zone.
Raleigh. We did sub him out
Lead it to
yesterday
the
with the
spot
lefty
it's
on the
getting
mound
to.
for the Red
Well,
Sox,
he
and
won.
Garver came in.
And now for Seattle, Luke Raley. 2
Perfect-
for 6
perfect
so
on
far
the
in
sinker.
series. Just
Inside.
missed.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Foul ball there.
Ooh.
Raley with
We're
some nice
just so
production in
early.
his last game. 4 runs batted in.
Ooh, bad swing, bad swing.
Love seeing someone drive in a bunch of runs like he did, Boog. Doing that consistently, you let your teammates know they can count on you to come through when the team needs
All
it
right.
most.
Slow down here. Couple of sinkers that we've missed.
That
That's
one away
inside. 2-2 count here.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the 3rd and final game of the series. Line drive, base hit, right center
Okay,
field.
okay. Let's go Raley. Some bad swings
That's
turned
a
into
good
some
job right there.
contact.
You got 2 strikes on you, just got to battle.
I think I'm doing a good job mixing in the contact swing. I've been a little more consistent with that. Get to 2 strikes, just say,
Stepping
you
in
know,
for
we're
the
not trying to
Mariners, Randy Arozarena.
trying to absolutely
3 for 8
rip
in the
it.
series coming in. That one missing inside.
Seeing the pitches a little bit
28
better,
years old,
but
and he was
specifically
selected for
trying
the
to go,
All-Star game
hey,
last year.
it's a 2-strike count. Let's go contact swing.
Yeah, that's fouled off.
Oof. Lucky there. That splitter was center cut.
Just missed.
Okay, good take. I think it's a good take regardless. Ball or strike. It may be a little frustrating on the strike side, but
That one
way
fouled
too
off.
early.
2-2. Gets a piece
late.
there. We'll do it
That
again.
felt late. Yeah, just late.
And that's downstairs and
Ooh, okay.
outside.
Really good
a
take.
good
especially
take.
with 2 strikes.
He's missed a couple of sinkers in that spot.
Lifted in
under
the
it.
air, right center field.
Darn.
Anthony sizes this one up.
Is that another?
There's one down.
I forget what was the other pitch he missed right over the heart of the plate. Really would want that to go foul.
Batting 7th, first baseman
Next to hit, Austin
Shenton.
Shenton. Little chopper rolls foul.
Double darn it. Come on.
Shenton went off for 2 homers in his last game.
1 ball.
This
Go
one in
back.
the dirt. No movement. Now a ball and 2 strikes. Raley leads off first with 1 away. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going.
It's the fourth ball we've seen go that way. 2 for us, 2 for Boston.
That one ripped. Makes the catch up against the wall.
Man, Boog, I love watching an outfielder take on the wall to make that play, and it's a lot easier to watch from up here.
I thought that was. I mean,
you know the wall's coming up
real lucky
quickly,
there.
so you have to maintain concentration and able to make that catch and hold on to it
Darn
after
sleeper.
contact.
Kind of give up on that one a little
In
too
the
early.
box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Throw to first. Polanco wrapped out 4 hits in his last game.
Darn it.
1 run across in the frame so far here at the top of the second. Ball.
Okay, good way to hold it back.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you get hurt.
That just misses, and that's ball 3.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Oh no, that was ball 4.
Casas. He takes it himself to the bag.
I lost patience.
But they're off to a good start as they pick up a run on this.
That is
solo
frustrating.
Shot. It's now 1-0. It's
Those are the things that we haven't been doing over the last couple of games. The bad swings.
And we're back. Here's the speedy catcher, Connor Wong. Miller back to work. That one finds the zone.
Let's get things going here. Pitching wise, I think we're okay, but
and a ground ball to first. Shenton steps on the bag. Leadoff man retired here in the second. And next for the Red Sox, Cedar Rafaela. In there at the knees.
There we go.
0-1. Swing and a pop-up. Polanco. Hauls it in, and there's 2
all
away.
right. That'll work.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
Roman Anthony stands in now and watches strike 1.
There we
2
go.
out, space is empty.
Damn it. Come on.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Left-hand hitter waits. Now a bullet to second
Nicely
base.
done,
He's got it to end the
Polanco.
inning. Red Sox go down 1-2-3.
Okay.
They're down 1-0.
I was trying to boot this game up today, and it was having trouble connecting to the server because I was downloading RoboCop. This is the most current generation PlayStation you can buy, and it cannot download something and load anything else. 7.7 runs a game, a 354 batting average, OPS of 1.089, 11 extra base hits, 7 home runs, 23 RBI. We only have 1 so far, but that's how game number 1 started. Kind of similarly, granted the home run was out to a different part, but it's kind of a home run that I didn't really think was going to get out. Just too late. Marlins could be a tricky opponent for us, by the way. Winners of 7 straight. Could be a sneaky, in this game, NL wildcard team.
Foul ball still
Foul it off.
0-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. The shortstop takes the ball.
I guess everything's been in the zone except for that sinker and pitch number 5.
And that's in the dirt.
Darn.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create.
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there.
Damn.
Makes the catch.
Contact swing. That's okay.
To his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down.
Just a touch early on it.
A wide receiver playing football.
Robles.
Actually, it would have been good to stay up top. Just kind of in my gut was like, maybe he'll try up high. Oof.
1 out, base is empty. Got him swinging. Gassed it right by.
Man.
Well, that at bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there, at least to foul something off, extend that at bat.
Solano in the box now as he leaves that one up high.
1-0. This batter has to understand his job is to get on base however he can. If he gets hit by a pitch, if he walks.
There's a swing and a drive.
Foul.
And that is a foul.
Wasn't even going to be a home run. Thanks.
Two down, nobody on. That one out to right.
What's it called?
Anthony
Where are we?
drops into the glove.
Fenway.
And that'll do it.
I was stuck on Wrigley for some reason. I was like, I know that's not right.
To the bottom of inning
It's interesting that we got that
The
animation in
Mariners
this stadium.
won, and the Red Sox nothing.
If you're a Boston Red Sox player, you're like that's your primary team. Do you get kind of screwed by the game?
Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far.
Because if it gives you that like animation and it's just like a hard ball off the wall. Granted, I mean it was foul. Like it's not. I don't know. This game has already screwed me with an animation. When somebody with pretty good speed was running up the line and Polanco went, "Oh, I'll just toss the ball." No,
That one
please,
in there
sir.
across the letters. Slider for a strike.
Ooh.
Next pitch is outside. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Wasn't a very good splitter. But the problem is now we have this lefty lane that we have to navigate.
Ball up the middle, didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
High fly ball down the left field line. Back there, and it hits off the monster. Story on his way home. The relay, he'll score. It's
He just stood there.
Well, that's a lonely feeling for an outfielder. The read wasn't great, and it really hurts when it costs your team a run.
Hamilton.
I mean, it was
back for the
good
second
speed,
time,
but
and that's strike one.
man, that.
Runner takes off for third.
Oh,
Swing and
thank
a
God
ground ball
I
towards
hit
first,
second.
but foul. This one in the air. Crawford pulls it down.
Just no
and
shot.
he's one
No
down.
shot to get the runner.
Now batting.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. And stepping in for Boston, Rafael Devers. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike. Next offering is fouled back. One out, the runner at second here in the last half of the third. Line drive to short and caught.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter, even though you know that.
Okay, so we've gotten a couple of like absolute missiles off the bat. Nice catch by Crawford, a good catch by
Here's the
Polanco
Boston cleanup hitter,
in a previous
Tristan
inning.
Casas. And there's a strike on the outside corner. Tied up here in the early going. Fastball for a strike.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
There we go. Okay, so we give up the one run. It's fine.
Over. One run, a pair of hits, no errors.
We do
and
get a
one
generous
left
strike
on.
call
On to
in that
inning
at bat.
number 4. All tied 1-1. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening.
And
of
those two
late.
Blue Jays games, huh?
Playing well.
We're 8-2 in our last 10, which is still good. That Rangers win's fantastic. The Blue Jays win is pretty solid. The two Boston wins are a little funky for different reasons.
Fastball for a strike. 0-1. The Mariners knew what they had. Signed him in July of 2017 for a little under $2 million when Rodriguez
We were 0 for 6 with
16
Julio.
years old out of the Dominican Republic.
Damn.
And that one lifted in
That
the
would
air
explain
center
why. That
field.
sinker did not bite. Sinker did stink.
Hauls it in for the out.
Now batting, catcher
Cal Raleigh
Cal
now at the
Raleigh.
plate. He's already homered here in this one.
Okay,
It's through for a
I'll
hit.
take that.
So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Not great.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Luke Raley.
Now it's the DH, Luke Raley. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Yeah, that's in for
That's a
strike.
fine take. It was probably going to be off the end of the bat. We weren't going to get a whole lot going. 3 for 7 in the series, 5 RBI.
Just
outside.
missed.
We're
No,
good.
he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Next offering misses
That's
down and
awkward.
away.
That's outside.
Raleigh, the base runner at first with 1 out. Ground ball right side. There's one.
No.
Tag out at second. It's a double play.
Okay.
Back at the ballpark.
We're going to go ahead and just move. 18 innings pitched, no ERA. Low, super low whip, 6 hits per 9. 28 strikeouts, no walks.
Fastball for a strike. On the corner for a strike. And it's
Not
0-2.
a great way to lose both outs. We weren't going to do anything with it. I mean, Raleigh's fairly
Stays
slow.
Looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, I want to stay up the middle. That way, if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ballpark. If you're a little late, opposite field not.
And that one finds its way through. And a good
We were
start
giving
to
up a
the
lot of
inning.
hits here with
Back
Bryce
against the
Miller.
wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count.
And that one fouled off. Nobody out. Runner at first.
We've had a lot of traffic on the base paths so far.
And that
Come
just
on.
misses.
Man,
I know
man,
it's-
I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Out there to center.
Oh, boy.
Rodriguez
Oh, boy.
racing after it. And it gets by him. Still finds a way to get off the throw.
Why did that give me
Consecutive base
Rodriguez?
hits for these guys here. He clearly didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat. Just kind of muscled it out.
Is that not?
You know, on the mound, it can be pretty frustrating for a pitcher, but you just kind of have to expect.
Is that another knock? We 6
to
hits
drop in there
already.
sometimes.
First and second. No outs. So stepping in for Boston, Cedar Rafaela. On the ground to first. Could be 2 to Crawford for 1. And they get him
Okay,
easily
okay,
at first. It's a
okay.
double play.
That's a big double play.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The first baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play, and then from there completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
And now the right fielder, Roman Anthony. Pitches in there.
Okay.
Strike
We'll
one.
see if we can wiggle out of this again.
2 outs with a runner at third. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Gonna count 1 and 2.
Okay.
Got it.
There we go.
Swinging.
Okay.
So
We have
it's
got
no
to stop doing
runs
this.
on
We
2
need to
bases,
settle the hits
no errors,
down.
and 1 left
6
on base.
hits.
On to
Stop.
the
We're
top
putting
of the
traffic on the
fifth we
base
go.
paths
All
too
tied
early in
1-1.
innings and too frequently.
Welcome back.
Weirdly enough, the one run they did score was off or from a runner from first, or with a runner from first. 4 innings each. I mean, pretty even looking. We've given up more hits. We've also struck out more batters. No walks, same earned runs, same runs. We do have him up to 57 pitches, which is good.
Out to center.
Fucking fuck.
Story under it. And there's one away.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch.
Why didn't I get that play? Are you serious? Is that like not pretty similarly spotted?
We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Shenton batting with one down, takes a strike.
This game has been so tight, feels like the next team to score will win it.
Base is empty, one away, and we're at the top of the 5th. Inside corner for a
Man, that's a nice location.
Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area.
And that one is downstairs, and it's 1-2. Foul ball left side.
That was probably
He'll
pretty
see
far
another.
outside. Yeah, there was a good gap there. Should have been ball 2.
And now 2-2.
2-2 the count.
And right back to the mound. On to first. And that quickly 2 away.
Now batting, second baseman,
Jorge Polanco getting ready to hit. Grounded out his first time up. In the air, center field. Rafaela under it.
We're just not
And that is that.
not seeing it well.
No runs, no hits, no errors.
The only run we have is the Cal Raleigh home run. Otherwise, we've been a couple of double plays, I believe we've hit into, which we've been better about not hitting into quite as many double plays, which, I mean, granted, graded on a bit of a curve, but also, like, I am so bad about doing that.
Second baseman, Trevor Story.
That clips the
There
zone.
we go.
It's 0-1. Story measures 6 feet 2 inches, 210 pounds. That one is
Goodness
absolutely belted.
gracious.
And in one hops the wall. Makes the turn and heads for second. The relay throw. Not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Man, this lineup has a lot of speed.
Textbook double into the gap, and when you can drop
Now
one in
batting,
there between the
left
outfielders,
fielder,
you know you're making the turn at
Durant.
first. Just an excellent swing. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
Off the plate, ball
Pitch
1.
misses there. And
Our
now it's
our
even
at-bats today have
1-1.
not been great.
Just missed. Story leads off.
Your Rose Arena's been under both of them.
Yeah, the 2-1 hammered.
Just an
but foul.
awful couple of at-bats.
And a swing and a miss.
God,
Beat
that
it
was
with
an
a
awful. That was a
fastball.
horrible
Typically, that
fastball.
high fastball, if it's close to the top of the
Now
strike
batting,
zone, a hitter,
shortstop,
if he's prepared for it, can get to it. But that one just had that little jump at the end, which indicates there's a good spin rate on it, and it didn't decrease in velocity as that hitter's
God damn it.
internal clock would expect it to, and that's why you see the swing and miss.
And the 1-0. That one hooked foul. One out and a runner at second. Last half of inning number 5. Grounds one to short. Crawford throws to first in time. Now 2 out.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
Swing and a high fly ball
Okay.
right field. Rodriguez settles
Get
up
out of
with
it again.
And that will end the inning. And the Red Sox leave one. Score remains tied 1-1.
7 hits. Yeesh. We might need to start warming some people up. We are getting to that. We are in the 3rd time through the order.
Back here in.
So let's go ahead and do that. We can warm up a lefty. Like Brash as a righty. I wonder if we have anybody
Boston, all set for the top of the 6th.
Anybody
Here's
in the
shortstop at
in the
plate.
minors, a
J.P.
lefty
Crawford.
reliever could be
And a
real
foul
helpful.
ball.
Okay.
Well,
What do
these
we
Mariners
still were
just
early on
lacking
all of
discipline
this.
at the plate in this ballgame.
Sweeper's at
Chasing pitches has been a
85. The
big
sinker's
part
not
of the
that much
story.
quicker,
We've
but
seen
if we're
it
too
quite a
early
bit
on the
today. It's
sweeper,
been
we're
tough
still
for
probably
them to
going to be
make
early
contact
on
at
the
times,
sinker.
and it just doesn't
Or I guess
look like
vice
they're seeing it
versa.
very well as a
Reverse now.
group.
Splitter's at 91 and the cutter is at 89. So it's not a terribly large difference.
And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
Now, we shouldn't be too discouraged here because we did only have one run for most of the first game. That 8-run is a bit of an anomaly. We get a perfect contact swing for an out. Darn it.
We saw a few skills on display there for the out. Technique was great.
Okay, we are going to go to the pen.
And the slide was smooth. Watching that play come together was really fun.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Red Sox bullpen.
But once we got to the bullpen, we were able to do something in that first
So
game.
the Red Sox go to the bullpen.
Number 25.
Josh Winkowski.
Should be a good first matchup for him here. He's been doing a great job against right-handed bats so far this season. They've had a lot of trouble squaring him up.
Here's Victor Robles. 1 for 2. This is a guy you got to keep an eye on when he digs in. Definitely been known to drop a drag bunt from time to time, and he's pretty good
Cutter
at
at
it,
93, a
Chris.
sinker
and he
97, a
creates
slider
sense of
87.
urgency for the
Circle change at
defense
90 and a
because of the
4 seam at
speed, because of the
97.
ability to put down that bunt.
Right through there for a strike. Now you see even sluggers from time to time try and use the bunt really as a way to beat the shift. Just
Inside, ball
off
one.
the inside edge.
Ooh, that was a slider. Eyes got real wide there as that one was coming in.
One down, base is empty. Outside low.
Outside low.
Yeah, that's ball 2.
Count is 3-2.
Yeah, there's ball
Okay,
4.
hey, nice.
Ball 4.
Way to work a walk with Robles.
Man, that's a tough one to take on the full count,
Now
but
batting,
I guess he
third
saw it
baseman,
really well.
Donovan
It's a really
Solano.
nice plate appearance.
Go ahead run on base. Donovan Solano digs in now. 0 for 2 in this one. Robles dives back in. Swing and a miss.
Big
There's the
swing.
slider.
Darn it.
0-1.
Way
Way
Activity
too
in the
early.
bullpen. Justin Slate appears to be getting loose. Bernardino, a left-hander, also throwing.
Oh, God.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement
Step
over
out.
there at first base. Trying
Step
to
out.
stay out of the double play right here.
That
One ball,
misses,
two
and
strikes.
that is ball 1. With the go-ahead run at first, and we're the top half of the 6th. And the next
Two balls,
pitch is way
two strikes.
outside. And that's where the swing. It's a
I ran out of
strikeout.
patience. Solano does not do a good job check swinging.
Julio
Now batting,
Rodriguez
center
up
fielder,
next for the
Julio
Mariners.
Rodriguez.
Winkowski picks to first. Robles dives back in. Swing and a foul out of play. Runner takes off. Pitch misses.
Real late.
He's in there.
Ooh, boy, that was not a good steal attempt. Thankfully, it was a bad throw. We're trying to steal them. We're trying to do that. Yeah, it was really late. I needed to go almost like it felt like a full second sooner.
Falling
Ball
behind
inside.
2-1.
That was way too
Two
late.
outs and one in scoring position. In the air, right field, pretty well struck. And
Oh, and it's a ground rule double. That's huge. That is huge. I think that also explains a dive. Like, hey, it's going to be a double anyway. It's just lay out for it.
Inviting for hitters. You see a lot of balls bounce over for an automatic double when no one can run it down.
So runner at second, 2 down. Here's the catcher, Cal Raleigh. Line drive. Lays out and makes the play.
Damn it.
Great diving catch to end the inning. That'll fire up the dugout for sure. Time to go swing it.
I thought we had another run right there. Rafaela. Rafaela?
Back here in Boston,
Okay.
John Shelby with Chris
Where
Simmons.
are we in this lineup here? I want to make sure that we're giving him something different to look at. So let's go ahead and put in Saucedo. We'll have the two lefties. We'll get one righty, and then we'll kind of go from there because we do have a righty ready.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this
Where are
lead
we?
into the later
Bottom
innings.
6? Okay.
And he takes
Because
one
we'd already given up
right,
7
strike
hits
one.
with Miller, so
And that's in there at the knees. Got him. And that's one out
What
as
the
they get
fuck?
the leadoff hitter.
Really?
In sixth.
Wow, short work to send it back in to start the inning, and no
Re-
messing
really?
around either. All 3 pitches were in the strike zone, attack mode all the way, and that's pretty impressive given the pop he was dealing with at the plate.
Digging in, Masataka Yoshida. That's a strike,
0-1.
and it's 0-1.
Thinking about Yoshida, he's never going to be the biggest player when he's on the field, but that doesn't mean he can't hit. He gets on base and doesn't strike out very often. That combo makes you a valuable asset to your club.
that was a disastrous route run there
And
with
next to the Red Sox, Connor Wong.
Rosarina. We're not batting well with him. We're running very poorly in the
And
outfield.
that is out of play.
Yeesh.
On the ground to the left.
Come on.
The throw to first.
Nice play. Okay.
And the inning is over.
Okay, so we give them something different to look
Eleanor,
at.
go
We
the
kind of
Red
shut them
Sox.
down a little bit.
They're down 2-1.
We might want to try and get the other lefty
Now
up.
pitching for the
Welcome
Red
back. We're in
Sox.
the
We take a look at our a lefty of our own or of their own.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality
Luke
pitches out of
Raley
him right
is
here.
what,
Gotta do
DH
his best
today?
to keep the score.
He is not terrible. You know what? We'll leave him in. Let's, oops. Meant to just go bullpen there. Righty, lefty, righty.
Right where it is.
Rayleigh.
Sinker at 93, a curveball at 81, cutter at 89, slider at 86. See if he wants to go outside.
Raley
1-0.
in now. Takes ball
Tried
one
but
off the
missed.
plate. Next offering is in
Okay,
for a
that's
strike.
fine.
Now, just a cement mixer slider right there. It's a great pitch to hit if you can recognize it early and jump on it.
Just missed.
Outside. Ball 3.
Generous call, but I'll take it.
1 strike.
There's the strike to the knee.
Yeah, it was more inside.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
It's all good.
That's That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance.
No way.
Works the walk.
I can't believe we got both of those calls.
Up next for
Both of those calls went in our favor.
Randy or Rosarena? That one the other way.
No way.
Makes the grab.
We were just a little late, but we were still in the good swing. We didn't get... Okay. All right.
Austin Shenton will hit next. Just missed. Man at first, one away. And a base hit up the middle.
That's a base hit. We're good. We're good.
They
Well,
get it in
perfect,
quickly.
perfect.
So first and
Here we
second,
go.
Now one out. Jorge Polanco up
Second
next for the
baseman,
Mariners.
Jorge Polanco.
Oh, that's fine. I think this is where you kind of look at it and go, this is a victorious series because we've been able to get into the bullpen. They don't have a lot of energy in their guys.
That's a ball.
Way to lay off that pitch
One
down.
ball, one strike.
And we've seen most of them, so...
Grounder might be two.
No
Off balance feet. Here's one.
fucking way.
He's got him. Double play, and that'll do it. So no runs in the inning despite the leadoff walk, and that does it. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Mariners 2 and the Red Sox 1.
Brutal. Is that the third double play that we've hit into today?
Pitching for
We're
Seattle,
back in a new pitcher here to start the
Number
bottom of the
47.
7th. Matt Brash.
Matt Brash.
And we all know about
I think it's the
sliders.
second,
Just
like,
feel
the second one of
one
those.
the
Instead
better
of
ones
touching
in
the
game,
base
I'd say
first,
spin
they
rate's
went
very
to
high,
second,
and
back to
breaks a
first.
ton.
And now the center fielder, Cedon Rafaela.
Cedon
Drops in for a
Rafaela.
strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the
No
count.
balls, two strikes.
Looking to get the tying run on base.
Oh, that's
Outside. Now 1-2. Swing and a miss.
That was a horrible pitch. I am glad that it was low out of the zone and not absolutely destroyed to Mars.
Via the punch out.
Right
Yeah, it
fielder,
just does so much to
Ruben
change the outlook of an
Anthony.
important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Anthony in the box now. Takes strike 1. On the ground. Now the throw to first on the run.
Nice play, nice play.
Good slider inside right there.
Up
Batter
next,
fighting
for
to
the
get
Red
there, just
Sox,
rolled over it, got the
second
ground ball.
baseman, Trevor Story.
Here's Story now. And the slider catches the zone.
That
You know,
was
this manager
not a
knows that his
good-looking
players are
pitch.
just trying to do too much. Everybody needs to just take a deep breath, relax, and let it naturally happen.
0-2 is the count.
Rolled over to third. Solano whips it to first on the run.
Yeah, was not in time.
And that's his third hit.
Did a nice job getting there. Good throw, but very difficult to get anybody on that one as far as you had to go. And
I actually liked
you know,
just throwing that slider out.
He's got it. And
Like,
that's
we
the third
got the
out.
swing,
One left
threw it
for
a
the
little
Red
further, got
Sox,
the swing,
and they
threw it, tried to
trail
throw it a little
here,
bit further.
2-1.
Pitching for the
Welcome
Red
back
Sox.
and a new
Alright.
arm on the mound to
Justin
start the eighth.
Slayton.
Justin Slayton.
just trying to keep
Justin
this one close
Slayton.
here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a
Leadoff
chance
for
to
the
fight
Mariners,
back into the game.
shortstop, J.P.
So digging in,
Crawford.
J.P. Crawford.
Cutter at 94, four seam at 98, sweeper at 85, 12-6 curve. Let's try and set up a little bit higher.
Swing at a high fly ball, well
Go,
struck.
go,
Way back there.
go.
Great effort on the leaping grab.
Wow, I'll tell you, things start feeling pretty dicey when
Now
you're
that
tracking
was
one
right
into the
fielder,
corner like that.
Victor.
So
Oh
I love the effort to
my
leap his feet to make
God.
an awesome leaping catch. Timed it just right and held on for the out. Definitely a highlight reel play.
So up next, Victor Robles.
Oh my goodness.
That's too low. And that's ball one.
Counts 1-0.
Slayton in his second season, 27 years old, and he was a third-round pick back in 2019.
Okay, slow down. Slow down.
One down, base is empty. That
Ball
misses.
time.
2-1.
We're good.
Boston's bullpen with some activity. Walker Buehler, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Hendricks getting cranked up as well. There's a swing and a miss.
Okay, step out.
Time call.
Fucking
The 2-2 will
sweeper.
have to wait just a second. Next offering is outside. Base is empty, one away, and we're in the top of the eighth.
Okay,
Foul.
foul it
We'll
off.
see another payoff pitch. Battling here as he fouls it away.
Come on. '94 to '85 is pretty perfect.
Rafaela going
God,
back
we've been letting
onto
the
track, and he
letting the
makes
fielders make
catch.
sweet plays out there all day.
Two down, base is empty. And now for Seattle, Donovan Solano. Check swing,
That's
called
fine.
strike.
That's fine. There's a strike in the corner. It's all good.
Strike two. Time asked for it to
Stop
play.
fucking
Maybe an
swinging.
attempt to break up the rhythm that he's got going on the mound right now. That's way
There we go.
outside.
Let that cutter
1-2
roll.
to count. Swing and
I
a
don't know
miss.
what-
Struck him out. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Nobody left for Seattle. as
Really
they're
bad.
unable to add to their
Really
2-1
poor
lead.
at-bats right there. We are just not seeing it as well today as we did the other day.
And we're back here at Fenway
And this is
Park.
probably a little more realistically like what the first game should have looked like. We were just able to get to the bullpen, turned into a funky 8-0 game. It was an 8-0 win that didn't feel like an 8-0 win.
Opportunity to come in and protect the tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just
Game
wired different,
expired.
so we'll see what he's got.
And it's good to remind myself of that because it hasn't been the easiest thing in the world. It's not like we're just trudging through.
Swing and a foul back, and that's out of
We had a
play.
bizarre game in the 15-0 game, but
off the bases.
aside from one good inning, there wasn't a whole lot going on in game number one.
And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes.
We're doing a good job moving the
And that's
bullpen
first out.
around, getting
Big
things,
strikeout right there to start this
getting
up.
people
Inning.
confused, throwing different stuff.
Really makes this inning a bit more interesting. But now this offense has to switch from possibly trying to manufacture a run to needing to run into something or just try to string multiple hits together to get a run across the plate.
And here is Devers. Check swing, and he went. And
He
that's
didn't
strike
go.
one.
It didn't matter.
Trying to hold a one-run lead here, the bottom half of the eighth inning. Swing and a miss. And
One of the
it's a
things I thought was
2-0
interesting that they mentioned several times on the radio broadcast, but I don't think did a very good job at elaborating,
Two in a row.
was like they kept saying like a 2-run lead's not a whole lot in Fenway, and they just didn't like elaborate. I assume that it has something to do with that short pole on in right field, pesky pole or Penske pole, whatever it is.
I'm retired.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Tristan.
But I don't
Casas.
know.
Hard hit, right
For as many
side.
times as they talked about,
Throws to first. Red Sox go 1-2.
and for as many times as the radio broadcast team
Nothing
talked
doing
about
for
like
Boston. And our
it's
score
the first time they've had
remains
back-to-back
2-1.
quality starts since 2001. The first series win. Looking to win 5 series in a row. 5 series in a row. 5 series in a row. They didn't really do a good job at elaborating why
Back,
2
it's the
runs
top of
was
the
so
ninth, and there's a new pitcher on the
precarious.
mound, Walker
Now
Buehler.
pitching for the Red
He's got
Sox.
a wicked breaking ball in his arsenal.
Short
and it's
wall
definitely
in
one of
right
his
field.
go-to pitches when he needs it out.
And stepping in for the
Leading off
Mariners,
for Seattle,
Julio
center fielder
Rodriguez.
Julio
Because they
Rodriguez.
specifically were like Fenway Park, not like, hey, this team can get a bloop and a blasted like, with the best of them, you know. All right, 4-seam at 97, a cutter at 93, a 12-6 curve at 80, sinker at 97, and a sweeper at 85.
This ball's chopped on the ground, and that chance handled and
Safe.
He busted
Safe.
it down the line for that infield
Thank
single.
you, Julio.
Got himself in great position and couldn't have played that one any better, but just stood no chance with that great speed running down the line.
Made a play like that with
And now the catcher comes up to him.
J.P. Crawford earlier in the
He
game.
launched a solo shot
Read it
back
pretty
in the
well.
second inning of this one.
Just
that
weren't
was
going to be able
big
to
for these
beat.
guys early on. Definitely helped them get off onto the right foot.
We're going to beat that speed. I just barely got out.
Swung on, belted. Hops over the wall, and that's an automatic double.
That was loud
Now,
contact
the
and a no
designated
doubt
hitter,
double
Luke
off the
Raley.
bat. I didn't know it was going to land in the bullpen, though, and he's really improving his accuracy out there. It's almost like he tried to do it.
See if we can get into a little bit more of a rhythm with
Now it's the
Rayleigh
Mariners
here.
DH, Luke Raley.
Raleigh.
That's out to center
Pardon
field.
me.
Rafaela sizing this one up. Brings it
Just
in.
send him
Here
home.
comes the runner from third.
That's fine.
A big
Okay.
run scores on the sac fly.
I'll take it, Rayleigh. I will absolutely take that. Two-run cushion. Get that insurance run.
Sac fly. Nice job of getting it done. Really good execution with that at bat.
Randy Arozarena up next for the Mariners.
Actually,
0 for 3 in this one.
that's a good take. That's a really good take on that sweeper. Hold on. What's their lineup? One more lefty. Okay, lock into the at-bats here.
And
It's outside. Here we go.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Hitter's got some good
Sailed.
opposite field power. What I like about
Boy,
Sonny
that was
being
on.
hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read.
oh, that got him.
Okay, let's go.
Well, the bright side is that will help the on-base percentage a little bit, and that's a category no batter can ignore these days. OBP, OPS, well, maybe that'll ease the pain just a little bit.
Damn.
Bounding ball here rolls.
The problem is it puts us in a double play problem. Okay, step out. Step out.
The pitcher wants a
Step out.
double play opportunity here. You've got to lay off pitches down in the zone. Right there, swinging at that pitch, that's a no-no.
Next
That's
one is
outside. There we
outside.
go.
And the count 1 and 2. Popped up. Has room, and he makes the catch.
God damn it.
Jorge Polanco up next for the Mariners. Swings through that
There
one.
was
0-1.
0-1.
Swings through that.
Why is he throwing so
Elbows
low in the
trap and
zone?
steps out. He needs a refresh. It is a big at bat. Two on, 2 outs. Close one doesn't get
That's
the call. Yeah, the count 1 and
odd.
2.
It's the third or fourth one of those we've seen on the offensive side.
And he hits a ground ball right side.
No,
and it
keep
finds
him,
its
keep him,
way
keep him.
through for a hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at third, so it'll be
Wasn't
bases
deep enough.
loaded and
Now
2
that-
balls.
Hey, nicely done, Polanco.
J.P. Crawford gets a chance to hit. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a ground out. Fought off foul.
Kind of goes without saying, but straight on these 2 runners in scoring position right here, it feels like it's a must if they stand a chance to win this game.
Oh, that's out.
Next pitch is outside. So they're all loaded up. And a count 1 and 2.
Just too early. Step
Time is
out.
called here in a big spot.
Take time.
Maybe just reminding himself
All
to
right.
breathe. Not close
That's
with
sailed.
that one. And the count is even 2 and 2. Bases loaded, 2 down. Here in the top of the ninth. Still 2-2 after the foul ball.
That was a ball 3. That was a walk. Okay. They gave us pitch number 4. We gave them pitches 5 and 6. Damn.
On the ground, right side. Lays out. Oh, it's
Nicely done. Hey, I'll take it. They almost got him. Holy shit, they almost got him.
2 outs, and he displayed why it's so important to get out of the box quickly. There's
No
no time
way.
to waste on these plays, and that hustle down the line to beat the throw really earned him that run.
Okay, he was probably safer than I realized, but he was also not as safe as I first realized.
Walker Buehler will depart. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute. So they turn to the
Alright, they're bringing in a lefty. Oh, all this Chapman,
has a
yuck.
great slider with tons of movement.
2 out damage. Hey, a couple of runs here. That's huge. This is what we probably needed a little bit more of in that, or realistically would have needed a little more of in that first game.
And he swings and misses at the
Just so
initial
late. The shadowing's getting me a little bit here.
Fouled off down the right side.
Both those are
Chapman,
just so
he's
late.
kind of a prototypical bullpen arm in today's game. Electric stuff that results in a ton of strikeouts. In a tough spot like this, that is a big-time benefit. Inside, going to count 1 and 2.
As a hitter, when a guy like this comes into the game, you feel like he's standing on top of you, and it's just attack mode coming right at you, expecting to get a swing and miss.
This one popped up. Makes the
Well, we
catch.
finally got some good timing, but we were way under it.
2 runs in the inning, but they strand 3. 5,
Yeah,
6,
not
and
great.
7 will lead things off.
And
in
we
the
pile
bottom
up
of
to
the
double-digit
ninth.
hits,
It's
so
the
that's a
Mariners
positive,
4,
I guess.
and the Red Sox
We're going to give one more batter to the lefty. I don't really care what the result is. I mean, I do,
Bottom
but
of the ninth, and now the DH, Masataka Yoshida.
we'll
There's a
bring in
strike.
Munoz to save it.
Just missed.
I don't want to throw more pitches than I absolutely have to.
Knee high, that's
There
in
we
for
go.
a strike. Fights that one away, still 1 and 2.
Okay.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Hauls it in for the out. And there's 1 down. So manager out
Put
of
him
the
in.
dugout,
Put him
and
in.
he's gonna make a
Put him
change.
in. Hey, you did great. Absolutely fantastic. You did great. Nothing to be upset about. Just want to play the matchups here. As we bring in Munoz, looking for a save.
Here comes the closer.
We
here
save
in the ninth.
number 7 if we're able to get it.
And I
7
can't
innings
imagine
pitched,
any
54%
Saturday
strikeout rate.
you're holding a small
Incredible
lead
batting
on the
averages for
scoreboard.
us.
You know those hitters are going to give you the best at-bats
Awful
they
for
can,
them.
So it's always
He also- only has to get
Let's
2
see
outs.
what he's got here to try and close it out.
That's it. 2 outs.
Out to short. Crawford.
1 out.
That
1
play will
out.
be trending on social media
Now
later
batting,
on, but
the
it's
center
still
fielder,
important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
Rafaela in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Next pitch is
A
downstairs.
little late here. Got to dial in
2 down,
his...
nobody on. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. Ground ball, and this should do it.
Was that
And
4
that'll
pitches?
do it.
3 pitches? Mariners win. Okay.
This is the
Hey,
perfect way to
there you
finish
go.
up a road trip, a sweep in this series.
We had a bit of a
Heading back
rough
home,
patch.
this is a team that's
We had
got
some
things rolling,
explosive
and you get
offense
rolling on
in
the
this
road.
road trip.
You
We
wanna
had a
make
bit of a
sure
rough
when you go
patch
back
against the
home,
Blue Jays.
keep it rolling.
Games 1 and
4-1
3
the
against
final here
the
today. And road
the Red
team
Sox
picks
are a little
up
more
the
similar
win
than they
and
might look
picks
in the
up
box
a
score.
sweep.
8-0 looks a little
Chris
different,
Singleton,
obviously, than
our
4-1.
outstanding crew here
We
at
did have to
MLB
kind of grind
Show.
out that
I'm
first
John
game. We got
Shelton.
that 7-run
Thanks for joining
8th,
us.
and we were able to put it out of reach. This one, we get a few more runs in the 9th, or a couple runs in the 9th that really help us out. This was a grindy game. This was kind of what I anticipated. and remembering, hey, we didn't play particularly well in game number 1. That's big. To just go like, yeah, we're coming off a 15-run explosion. Everything was going right for us yesterday. Today, not so much. And it was more similar to the first game, which was more similar to the previous couple of games that we had in Toronto. But we figured it out, and we are able to work our way towards a victory. Some nice plays in the outfield. We grounded into a couple of double plays. They had a jump catch of the wall, which had an incredible replay. And then we had they had that diving catch that they showed, and then they had the one that they missed, but it didn't matter because it went into the stands anyway. But 2 big runs at the top of the 9th give us the victory, 4-1. Josh Winkowski, he is the loser. 0.2 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 1 earned on his line. Trevor Story was 3 for 3 with a double and a run. Jaron Duran was 2 for 4 with a double, and he knocked in a run. Connor Wong and Masataka Yoshida both 1 for 4. On our side, Cal Raleigh is your player of the game, 3 for 4 with a home run, a double. He knocked in a run, scored twice. Julio was 2 for 4 with a double, a ribby, a run. Victor Robles 1 for 4 with a run. Luke Raley 1 for 2 with a ribby. Bryce Miller gets your win, 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, 5 strikeouts, no walks, no earned. I think we pulled him at the correct time. We gave up, I believe, 7 hits through the first. So the 7 hits through the first 5 innings. We gave up only 1 hit after that. So that's a positive. Andres Munoz picks up save number 7. And we're going to rip a pack. Nice. Make sure you're online so you get that XP. PlayStation, they can't download. Can't download RoboCop and log into PlayStation servers at the same time. All right, Northwest Arkansas. Nothing. Out of bronze. Yeesh. Okay. Charlie Morton. All right, not a great pack to end on, but we end on a series win, or a series sweep, I should say. We're going to get set for a game against the Miami Marlins. If you looked at the bottom, like the little ticker at the bottom, you would see that the Marlins actually not doing too terrible. They're 13-12. They're like a game out of the wild card. Granted, it's early, but we're going to have to face probably the best pitcher that they have, Sandy Alcantara. He's 2-1 with a 4.40 ERA. We have George Kirby in our City Connects, 3-1 with a 4.35 ERA. That'll be tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific time, right here on youtube.com/ShotofSourceRex. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please consider subscribing over here. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Ring the bell down below. You'll be notified when I post new videos. Playlist right here. Updates every day at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And this morning's video is right here. It's another journey to the Savage Planet. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Good sports. Go Mariners. Have a great rest of your night.